Yeah. I was a lost soldier at the crossroads, ignorance was bliss. Sins that we commit, forgiveness we forget. Grudge holding with this loaded weapon, quick to cause offense. You already losing if you moving with no discipline. It's over. The devil's wishes pervert the gift. It'll block you out from finding out what your purpose is. Dopamine fiend trapped in a cell, wasting his cells. Then a broad way, blazing a trail. The hard way, he fell from God's grace on a path about to hurt something. Then I learned something. It's humble pie at the king's table. Your sons and daughters need that living water. If we endure some more, a paradise is waiting for us. The last days getting worse. The love cold, it's gonna wax colder. The spirit told us it's gonna be the way it was with Noah. If you don't focus when the rain approaching, a lost soldier outside the ark before it closes. The last days getting worse. The love cold, it's gonna wax colder. The spirit told us it's gonna be the way it was with Noah. I pray you focus when the rain approaching. A lost soldier inside the ark before it closes.
I was a lost soldier, barely sober, usually fully loaded as well as my sidearm. Ain't letting nobody gun, see you waving that white flag at the top of your guide on. Could've took it further, get mother shoulders to cry on. Oh man, we live the life, keep it humble, next you gon' start believing your hype. Now you convince your mind, you release yourself from your plight. Yeah, Howard has the last word, I pray he don't drop the mic. Cause I have yet to see one survivor fall from that height. I'm from the era, portray yourself to be tough as leather. Ain't Micah 7'5", maybe he can explain it better. I argued in my ribs, said some things that it never settle. Closet my skeletons, I got things I could never tell her. I love her as my own flesh so I can forgive my debtors. And treat it like Miami weather, I never sweat her. I keep it P that's positive, don't corrode your receptors. The devil will devour, he move with whatever vendetta. One who rejects our wisdom, your soul is showing its purpose. Not viral on the net and them niggas make you feel worthless. We all have faults, I got some things I should work on for certain. I have no medium, either quiet or too assertive. Living lawless for sure, my life moving like roller coasters. Stomach drop every turn, I can't wait till this ride is over. Enemies make tumult to ensure our progression slower. They want us under white cheese as if the party thing told. You see, the love's cold, it's gon' wax colder. The spirit told us it's gon' be the way it was with Noah. I stay focused when the rain approaches. A found soldier inside the ark before it closes.
Us, blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are walking around and they do not realize that they have a nation. But you do. Sometimes we can take that gift for granted, Con. We can take that thing for granted. But we have a nation. What does that mean? That means we have a culture, which y'all are enjoying. We got music. But most of all, what? We have a God. Con? Now with that comes responsibility. It comes your discipline or your religion. That's what religion is. It's your discipline. And what does the God that we serve require? We know that he has laws. We know that he has a son that's our savior. We know that he has prophets that's deep. And all of that is deep and spiritual. But there's something that I want the nation to focus on with the little time that I have today. That is brotherhood. Brotherhood, which follows with sisterhood, is the same thing. Brotherhood is the final chamber. See, we can get deep with all the prophecy. We can understand all the breakdowns. But if we can't solve the puzzle of brotherhood, then we've accomplished nothing as a nation. Y'all with me so far? Y'all tracking me? All right. I promise I ain't going to be long-winded. Listen to me. In Psalms 133, the Lord said that the unity of brethren, there is nothing better than that. Y'all know that scripture? And in the New Testament, Paul told us in Romans 12, he said that we have to honor each other in brotherly love. What? Preferring one another. That's something we ain't figured out yet. It has to become against our religion to disrespect one of our own people. Y'all hear me? It has to become against our culture to be violent towards one of our own. We got to always see the humanity in one of our brothers and sisters like the other nations see in theirs. They got no quarter when it comes to you. They cruel, they impatient when it comes to you. And when we looking for love, some of our own brothers have become like the nations to try to separate themselves from the hurt that come with what we come from. but you can't escape that thing. You got to heal it. You got to accept it, embrace it, and what the Lord say? You got to show brotherly love with affection towards one another. All right? Sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes we look at our own as the enemy also. So you got the enemies all around you, and then you got your own brother looking at you the same way. We can't have that, Khan. It has to become against our God to be disrespectful to one another. We got to look at another brother that look like us, another sister that look like us, and say it's a part of my religion to love and honor you. Okay? For me to serve my God properly, I got to love you. We got to do it like that, Israel. We got to watch how we talk about each other. The things that we say, these words carry meaning. And we got to be mighty to build each other up. What is our culture and our music that they giving to us in these last days, man? It ain't building us up. So we got to be able to do that for each other, because y'all are the ones that are aware that what? You got a nation. Say that. Say nation. You have a nation. All right? You're not carrying a flag that come with your slavery. You're not carrying a flag that come with you being the last. Your needs being the last. You walking with the banner of Zion. That means you are what? Deuteronomy 7:6. You above all what? Nations. So you got to live and walk in that truth, man. So an event like this is so powerful because, and this is what I tell our brothers in the camp all the time, when you get around your people in a circumstance like this, receive the love that you're getting. Don't be competitive. Don't be trying to shine. When brothers come and dap you, take that in and receive that graciously and let it build you up. Let it increase your battery, your spiritual battery, man. So all of this love that's being passed around, let it wash over you in the name of our Lord, Khan. And what that's going to do, that's going to heal you. Okay? We become too callous because the world is hard and it's impatient with us and it's hard on us. We become too callous. So when we get an event like this and you can let your guard down, go ahead. All right? Let that love wash over you and let it heal your body, man. Let it heal your mind. All right, look at these children playing. I heard a brother earlier who was rhyming. He said this is like the kingdom. Look at the children happy and playing. Us as adults, we need some happiness too, man. And you know where you're going to find it? With your nation. That's where you're going to find it, all right? You're looking for love? Go to your people. You're looking for respect? Go to your people. Because it should be readily given to you. Y'all understand what I'm saying? All right, I ain't trying to bore y'all to death. My name is Brother Joel. Brother Yahweh Awesome called me. I represent the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Because y'all needs and how y'all feel is at the top of my list, man. We ain't got no politician we can run to. Ain't no politician we can run to. We can't go to him because he got to put everybody's needs or he can't win. So we can't look to him for healing us. Ain't no preacher or pastor we can run to because they don't know the scriptures. They don't understand that they have a nation, right? They don't even know that they're the people of the book. So where are we going to go to get that nourishment that we need that the scriptures say? All right? It says the Most High is in the heavens. He has done whatsoever he has pleased. And it pleased him in these last days that you should know who you are. Okay? So we're going to take that humbly and mercifully in the name of his son who gave that sacrifice so we can stand here right now. We're going to be gracious and we're going to spread what? Love to one another, God. And what we're going to do, we're going to represent our what? Our nation. All right? That's why we're here today. So shalom to the Fringe Fest, my brother Monologue, man. Y'all receiving your love. The water. Shalom.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that.
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
Most people just wear clothes, but some wear a message, a reminder of who we are and who we stand for. This isn't fast fashion, it's covenant, it's culture, it's identity, built with purpose, designed to last, created for those who refuse to blend in. When you step out, let your garments speak. Before you do, join the movement.
I'm wearing an Israelites brand.
That's when I be yelling, I'm Jew by blood. Y'all dudes not us. And I don't believe in y'all, but in y'all I trust. I'm just a common coolie commandment keeper. I know it's hard to live righteously in the land of evil. They got you feeling like damaged goods around damaged people. And truly life is a movie, just can't demand a sequel. Verily, all you hypocrites, heresies and Pharisees only fear God, so I know the devil's scared of me. They stole us from my land, they stole our land.
Coming with a mouthful of gold and gold chains around our neck.
That's why they think of airing me, saying what God's saying, like a parakeet preparing for
Shop the collection now before it sells out. Click the link below and secure yours today.
When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled and not past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying, I'm no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Yo. Yeah. Say what's real.
My father figure keep me guided, I'm always protected. Not a single wrong, I don't ever get corrected. Light over my shoulders, tells from a priest. Take a Psalms 23 and sit your tail to a seat. Legendary in a way, but nothing like a tall tale. False gods, set them up, they all fell. Fantasies, they all sell. Nothing in my time can compare to the timeless. The light behind my rhyme and the one who I get in line with. Ain't no other lane for this fire flame minister. Descended from a higher plane, ain't no higher name from the one. When a gun jam, I figure you know now. Divine power follow me, that's just how it be. I can testify for sure, my heart not pure, but still I get to see a day that I did not work for. Bodies dropping with the climate, gas raising on black faces. Still I'm the one who made it. I just be thinking when I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. Something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I go, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. With my conscience, I acknowledge that there is a higher power. Look at me. False idols never promise victory. You survived cause you was meant to. Stop the guessing, you a prized possession. Blessing from the sky, ain't no higher lesson. I'm a messenger, you should get with this rhythm. Gospel, you ain't gotta be poor with chains no more. Flip up your master plate, don't be captivated by your master space. The earth is yours, but first the one we know gon' have to pass away. Destiny, you part of a higher design. They tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. Coming at the wild child who made it through the birth canal. One shot, amazing how you missed the kiss of death. Life was in your step, people turned away from out this way, never coming back. Slipped and fell inside the cracks, landed on their back, but you 10 toes in the field, still in one piece, for real from the bottom, where all kind of brothers get easily killed. Rest in peace to them. You part of a higher design. They tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. When I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. Something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. Most High. I said something keep watching me. Yeah. Something keep watching me.
Younger brothers, they're not here. And then I start asking the Most High, why? How come I'm the only one out of my whole family that you didn't take me? And then it just came to me. He said he was saving me for a purpose. And so that's my reflection on it. And I hope some of you take this to heart. You know, you're going through your lives, things get hard for you. But you got to remember that the Most High is running the show. You do what he say, you can expect great things to come. So that's my reflection. I hope is, a lot of you take this to heart. When things go bad, just think of, man, it ain't going to be bad like this all the time. Because we're his chosen children, and he works mysteriously, and we can't figure it out, but that's how it is with the Most High. He ain't gonna tell you what he gonna do. He just do it. You pray and you ask for stuff. Hopefully you ask for stuff that's not vain. Like, hey, I like some hair. That's vanity, really. I'm all right. But that's my reflection. I hope you take this to heart. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Y'all take it easy.
Sons of thunder, C4N, conversation for the nation. Let it breathe. This that conversation for the nation. Truth coming out, no faking. Precepts on precepts, we breaking. Lost sheep, hear the voice, now they waking. Sons of thunder, yeah, we stand on the word. What was written, what was spoken, what was heard. From the curses to the promise, let it service. We ain't chasing fame, this the kingdom, this the purpose. Yeah. We was scattered, now we building. With the scriptures in our hands. Trying to wake the lost tribes. Help them finally understand. Who the people, who the nations. What the prophecy reveal. Why the world so upside down. Why people never heal. We speak law, we speak grace. We speak Christ and who we are. Why they lied about the image. Why they hid it from afar. Why the curses fit the people. Why the shit was in the text. Why repentance ain't emotion. It's correction and what's next. Yeah, we talk about the kingdom and the fall of Babylon. How the meat gon' get the earth and the proud won't hold it long. How the family got it healed. How the brothers got it grow. How the women need they honor. That's the order that we know. This that conversation for the nation. Truth coming out, no faking. Precepts on precepts, we break it. Lost sheep, hear the voice, now they waking. Signs of thunder, yeah, we stand on the word. What was written, what was spoken, what was heard. From the curses to the promise, let it service. We ain't chasing fame, this the kingdom, this the bird. Yeah, we speak on false doctrine and the traps in religion. How they gave us broken pieces, now we searching for the vision. How the shepherds feed the flock, now perform for attention. How the truth cut deep first, then it start the redemption. We speak brotherhood, repentance, and endurance in affliction. How to suffer for the truth, and still walk in conviction. How to live with real wisdom, how to move with holy fear. How to separate from folly, when instruction getting near. We speak history with prophecy, the past and what it means. Who our enemies have been and who our people really seen. We speak Christ in full power, not the image that they made. Lying to the righteous judge, and the price that had been paid. Bring the law out, bring the prophets out, bring the gospel out, let the whole truth out. Conversation for the nation, every lesson, every chapter, every breakdown, every warning, every answer. This that conversation for the nation. Truth coming out, no faking. Precepts on precepts, we break it. Lost sheep, hear the voice, now they waking. Signs of thunder, yeah, we stand on the word. What was written, what was spoken, what was heard. From the curses to the promise, let it surface. We ain't chasing fame, this the kingdom, this the purpose.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.
Shalom, shalom, Yashta Allah, shalom. Welcome to Conversation for the Nation, brothers and sisters. Hey, we got a very mighty topic to discuss tonight. Okay, hopefully brothers and sisters have been enjoying their week and it hasn't been that rough. Okay, but first and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to give a hearty shalom to General Yahweh all, and a hearty shalom to the elders that's been pushing this truth for a very long time. Okay, we give you honor, okay, and we give you the praise, Khan. All right, the scriptures tell us, all right, to make sure we give reverence to our honorable men, okay, who've been pushing this truth, all right, for a very long time. Khan, okay, AI to replace mankind and be like the Most High God. That's what we're going to talk about. AI to replace mankind and to be like the Most High God. Hey, look, these devils done lost their mind, man. Okay, these devils done lost their mind, and we got to talk about this thing. Okay, this is very interesting. A lot of our people are occupying their time with the wrong things. Okay, remember, we're watchmen. Okay, we're watchmen. All right, we look at a lot of the folly, okay, and we entertain the folly, but a lot of stuff is happening underneath our nose, okay, and I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of this stuff, paves way, for the end time. Okay, so we got to warn our people of the things, that have come and the things that are going to come. Con? Okay. All right, so we're going to get into some things. This is very interesting. I got a lot of footage. As a matter of fact, when my brothers came on, man, I couldn't even greet them, all right, because I had forgot about some footage, man, and I'm doggone loading stuff up. I don't want to miss anything. All right, we're going to try to get this thing over with as quick as possible, all right, but I want to share the effects that this stuff has on our people. Con? Okay. Hey, let's get these announcements out of the way first. Okay, brothers and sisters. And we got a couple of new moons coming up before we get to another major feast day. Okay, we got a couple of new moons coming up. Okay, we go ahead and pull up our calendar. Okay, we got the new moon 5th month and the new moon 6th month. I want to say I'm still waiting for it to upload on my end. The new moon 5th month, I want to say it's going to take place July the 13th. July the 13th at evening, brothers and sisters. July the 13th at evening. And then we got the new moon 6th month, August the 12th at evening. And listen, brothers and sisters, we'll be in contact with our brothers and sisters that attend our new moon. Just go ahead and send us an email if you want a fellowship. We'll be in contact with you about that location. Okay, because that location won't be at our regular location. Okay, those feast days will not be at our regular locations. Okay, so make sure you're emailing us and waiting for our response, and we'll fill you in on that information, brothers and sisters. Okay, after those new moons, we'll convene with the Feast of Trumpets, brothers and sisters. The Feast of Trumpets, which is going to be September the 10th at evening. Okay, September the 10th at evening, we'll celebrate the Feast of Trumpets. Okay, y'all know how we do in September. I call September the month of feast. Okay, because we have several feasts going on. All right, so the Feast of Trumpets will be followed up with the spiritual feast, which is the Day of Atonement. Okay, which is September the 19th that evening. Okay, then followed up by the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, and our Feast of Tabernacles period is September the 24th through September the 30th. Make sure you RSVP for the Feast of Tabernacles. Start making your plans now, and we'll be in contact with you, brothers and sisters, to let you know our location and our plans. Okay, send us an email at sotfeastday@gmail.com. Let me go ahead and put that banner up, sotfeastday@gmail.com. I'm gonna let that go ahead and play as soon as I find it for you, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to let Satan interrupt our class today as much as I can help it, okay? All right, I see things moving slow, okay, but that's okay. All right? Hey, brothers and sisters, make sure you're sharing the content, okay, with your brothers and sisters. Hey, let them know to get on class. This is some interesting stuff that we're going to get into today. Let me go ahead and pull this down. Make sure you're tuning in to all of our classes. Okay. You got our brothers, Captain Yazabad and Captain Yatham. Okay. Those brothers are on every Monday. Okay. Their class is called I Speak as a Man. It's on the SOT Quadash channel. Okay. That's going to be every Monday at 9 p.m. I'm going to say that again. Every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Truth Tuesday takes place every Tuesday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This show right here is called Conversation for the Nation. Every Thursday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got the Friday night Sabbath class with the General. All right, the after hours class after the General's class on Friday night. That's privy to our brothers and sisters that are on the West Coast. And anybody else who's still in the spirit and they want to, bring in the Sabbath the right way. Bar for Bar takes place every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then our young brother out in Chicago, Captain Kwabza Allah, Prove All Things, every Sunday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in to all of our classes, okay? Tune in to all of our classes, brothers and sisters. We got good content coming out, okay? Good content coming out. All right, and to keep you in the spirit. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and kick this thing up. We'll go ahead and we'll release the other announcements at the end of class. But I'm eager to get this thing started. Okay, so you see the title, AI to replace mankind and be like the Most High God. Okay, so hey, let's go to the root of this thing. So the first question brothers and sisters need to be asking themselves is, what is AI? All right, what is AI? Right? So I went ahead and clipped something real quick. All right, for brothers and sisters, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up right now. I want you to follow along with me. Okay. Let me know when you brothers see that. All right, come up on the screen. I see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read that, okay? It says artificial intelligence. That's what AI stands for, not to insult anybody's intelligence. Is the simulation of human cognitive process by machines, enabling computers to learn, reason, solve problems, and make decisions. Now, listen, I want you all, don't just skim past that definition, because that definition don't make sense. This definition don't make sense at all. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Artificial intelligence. Now, you're right. Artificial, right, is the simulation of human cognitive processes by machines, enabling computers to learn. How the hell can a computer learn? Enabling a computer to reason. How in the hell can a computer reason? Right? Solve problems and make decisions. Right? Okay. So what's going on is you got some people who are on earth, brothers and sisters, who are feeding these machines, okay, and these theories. And they're so desperate to make a machine or a robot able to do the same things that a human being can do. Okay? Human beings feed data to computers. Human beings store data to computers. Okay? All right? You know that computers have motherboards, okay? All right, they have means of storing information, but they don't have a brain the way the Most High God constructed a brain inside of a human being. Everything that a computer has, it has been given to it by a human being. Does everybody understand? Okay? These things have not been given to these computers by the Most High God. The Most High God did not give it a brain. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and continue to read. There's a reason why I'm putting emphasis on what I'm putting emphasis on. All right? Because these people done lost their minds. They're out there, out in space somewhere. Okay? Floating. And a lot of our people are following along, and you're going to be lost too. AI as a concept was first proposed in 1950, brothers and sisters, by a mathematician named Alan Turing, but it was officially established as an academic discipline in 1956. Okay? So this right here would be the architect. Okay? This would be right here would be the architect, Alan Turing, all right, of AI. Okay? I wanted to show brothers and sisters that. Okay? And I want to play a video real quick. And I want you to see the mindset of these people. You got these guys. Let me pull them up, real. I'm going to share my screen. There's three guys called the Godfathers of AI. Okay? They're called the Godfathers of AI. They're very in tune with a lot of what's going on with this process. Okay? Let me share my screen real quick, because this first guy is one of the Godfathers of AI. Okay, share my screen. You all should be able to see my screen now. Give me a second. And I want to pull these guys up. Let me know when you all can see that. Talk to me there, brothers on the panel with me. If you all can see that picture pulled up.
Not yet, I don't want.
All right. Brothers and sisters should be able to see that. Y'all see that, right?
Loud one.
Y'all don't see that? Hey.
It just popped up, other one.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So from left to right, we have Jan LeCun. That's the dude on the left. The dude we're getting ready to hear from is Geoffrey Hinton. Geoffrey Hinton. That's what we're getting ready to hear from, the guy in the middle. And then you got Yashul Bengino. Okay, Bengio, Yahshua Bengio. Okay, these three dudes are the godfathers or so-called godfathers of AI. And we're getting ready to hear from Salakia, Jeffrey Hinton. Okay, here in a second, brothers and sisters. All right. All right. So I want y'all to know who y'all dealing with. Let me stop sharing my screen and pay attention. All right. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Show me some love in the chat. Y'all know how we do on C4M. We're going to make it plain and simple for you, okay? Plain and simple. Show me some love in the chat, brothers and sisters. My disclaimer, don't want to play. Y'all see the disclaimer? Lord have mercy.
I don't want. God, I don't want.
All right, here we go. Can you all see the video or no?
Experiences of their own and can make decisions. We're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us. You believe they can understand? Yes. You believe they are intelligent? Yes. You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences? In the same sense as people do, yes.
Now, brothers and sisters, you just heard one of these so-called godfathers of AI tell you that he believes that this technology that they're producing is smarter than human beings, and they can think like you, and they can make decisions like you, right? These machines don't have feelings. These machines don't have experiences, right? These machines have stored data, okay? And for a person to think that way, they're either on some serious drugs, right? Or too damn smart for their own goods, all right? Because this makes absolutely no sense to me, okay? I'm going to continue to play this thing, all right? Pay attention.
Are they conscious? I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious. Will they have self-awareness?
So he asked, are they conscious? You tell me how the heck someone who is unconscious can think? All right? How can somebody or something that is unconscious make a decision? And how can somebody who is unconscious, never been conscious at all, be smarter than you, brothers and sisters? How? Okay?
Oh, yes. I think they will in time. And so human beings will be the second most intelligent beings on the planet. Yeah. We're entering a period of great uncertainty where we're dealing with things we've never dealt with before. And
when you hear a man say that the human being is the second greatest intellectual being on earth, what he is saying, brothers and sisters, is that God's creation is inferior to their creation. I'm going to say that again. All right, because some people are off on cloud nine, okay? All right, they're not tracking. They're flicking their toes, right? And they're not paying attention. If they say that this artificial intelligence is greater than the creation that the Most High God created, what they're saying is God's creation is inferior to their creation. And that makes no sense. Huh? They're literally playing God. Y'all remember the days when we were coming up, back in my day, people who are in my age frame, we remember times okay, where they were talking about cloning people. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Okay, y'all remember the clones? Hey, where did that intelligence go to, brothers and sisters? It faded away. When the last time you all heard anything, the last time you guys heard anything about clones? All right, or scientists dealing with clones. When was the last time? Go ahead.
Salakia, the one.
Go ahead, brother.
They the only thing I heard them cloning is meat, like food.
Right. Well, they were talking about cloning human beings for years, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cloning animals and this, that, and the third, but you don't hear about it anymore. Okay, not as much as you hear about artificial intelligence, because that's the new wave of things. Esau and his mindset is always thinking of how he can be like the Most High. Give me that in the book of Obadiah. Okay, give me that in the book of Obadiah real quick. Okay, read the first verse and then jump down to where it says, "I will be like the Most High King."
Another one. It's the book of Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord God concerning Edom. We have
concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom. So this text in Obadiah is speaking about Edom. All right. As a matter of fact, you got to go to Isaiah, right? But he'll say, hey, go down to where it says he's going to exalt himself like an eagle. And one of you brothers give me Isaiah 14 and 14. Give me that in Obadiah, because it references it, but you got to get the quote from Isaiah 14 and 14. Give me that in Obadiah.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. Now think about the eagle. The eagle is a predator, brothers and sisters, and it sits on high and it looks down low. You got to look at the poetry, all right, that the prophets speak with, right? Though he sits on high and looks down low at his prey, read.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And though you set your nest among the stars, read.
Thence will I bring thee down.
Then the Most High God is going to bring you down. Okay? Read that in Isaiah chapter 14.
Another one. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Read it again,
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
That's why you got to understand, right? When you're reading this prophecy, you're able to link up, who it's talking about as you go precept upon precept, line upon line. Okay? The scriptures first start off talking about Nebuchadnezzar. Right? But then as it continues to go on, you see that Lucifer, right? Because that's who we're speaking about, right? Lucifer, would not be, right, the devil with a pitchfork. Lucifer would be a ruling power. It is a ruling power. So when we go to the book of Obadiah, we see the same verbiage, right? These people are always trying to reach the heavens, right? And be like the Most High. I saw somebody reference the Tower of Babel in the chat a little bit earlier. Okay? So if you listen to the verbiage that these people are speaking, you see how they're trying to be like the Most High. I'm going to continue to play.
The lockout of one.
Hey, go ahead, King.
I can grab a quick precept.
Go ahead,
I'm already here, though. This the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every God, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Right? So, hey, they gonna do all this. They're gonna magnify themselves. They're gonna puff themselves up, and they're gonna be very prideful. So like they're gonna be very proud. And what it says, until the indignation be accomplished. Right? So, hey, it ain't gonna last long. They can puff themselves up all they want to. Hey, but the Most High say they shall build, but I shall throw down.
That's right. They shall build, but I shall throw down. Okay. A lot of these things that they say is confusion. A lot of it is contradicted with scripture. Okay. That's why I don't put any weight, and what they're talking about is as they try to advance artificial intelligence and try to advance into AGI, which we're going to speak about a little bit later. Okay. I don't put too much weight in it because I understand what the scriptures say. Huh? Let's continue to play.
The first time you deal with something totally novel, you get it wrong. And we can't afford to get it wrong with these things.
Can't afford to get it wrong. Why?
Well, because they might take over.
Take over from humanity?
Yes, that's a possibility.
Why would they?
I'm not saying it will happen. If we could stop them ever wanting to, that would be great.
Do you hear what he's saying? They're so invested in this technology. He really believes that these robots and machinery will get to the point to where they'll take over mankind. No. You're feeding it information, right? You're feeding it information. These things can't think for themselves. They don't possess a soul.
So like
they don't possess the soul. Go ahead, King.
I was gonna say that's why they come out with all these movies. So it's kind of like a propaganda, like to get the people thinking like that and get them afraid. Because Esau got an agenda, just like that movie. I put it in the chat. You remember the movie I, Robot?
Right.
One of the robots had took over, and try to control all the other robots to take over the human beings. But I think they put that stuff out just to have people in this afraid state.
The same way. It's the same way that they put out these alien movies.
Right.
Okay. Not to get off topic, but if you look at Esau and his Hollywood deception, right? And the way they go about putting out these alien movies, we understand, all right, that Christ is going to come, all right, with the clouds. He's going to come with clouds. And if you read Ezekiel, the first chapter, right, it shows you, the vehicles of the angels, and it shows you the descriptions of the angels. And when you read this, brothers and sisters, you'll see, that these little white-faced angels, okay, in diapers, floating around with two wings on their backs, okay? You know what I mean? That right there, that's the wrong description, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? There's been all kind of descriptions of UFOs, okay? Unidentified flying objects, and this, that, and the third, okay? But we will believe, all right, that will within a will that's always talked about are vehicles of the Most High God, and the host of heaven.
One more
we
thing.
Gotta understand. So when you see all of these alien invasion movies, right? It's to throw you off guard so that when that time happens, you're to think that it's an alien invasion taking place, all right, versus, all right, Christ coming back to sit on the throne. Go ahead, King.
That's right. You just said what I was going to say, Adawan. It's to get the people. Basically, they're going to be fighting the Most High.
That's what the scriptures say, but I don't want to get off into that because we get off into that, we're talking about a whole different class. Okay. All right. So just let me backing off of Daraq's point. Okay. They do a lot of things to throw our people off. All right. So this guy right here, and all of those other guys, I've been watching these guys. I've been telling General Yawal, okay, and some of the other brothers. I talked to Captain Gaikwab. I've been telling them. I've been paying attention to Stephen Bartlett, okay? Stephen Bartlett and his podcast. He's like an English speaking brother, okay? And he has some very interesting podcasts, and he's been talking about AI recently, okay? And I've been watching those podcasts, digging in, okay, and paying attention to what these guys are talking about. And I'm getting ready to play a video, okay, from his podcast right now, giving credit to the content creator, Stephen Bartlett, as we go into another clip. Fair use. Show me some love in the chat, brothers and sisters. Fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Pay attention.
That raises questions about the nature of human identity. And I was first struck by the drive for artificial general intelligence. It's really become it looks as if it's the prime motivation of people like Sam Altman and so on. It is really hitting the headlines. But
hey, you see him mention Sam Altman. All right. Sam Altman would be the co-founder of ChatGPT. Okay. He is the face of ChatGPT, the head man, the CEO. Khan. All right. You see him on the thumbnail. Okay. Him and Elon Musk. Hey, give credit to our brother Asha Allah for continuing to create these great thumbnails. I give him a bone. And he takes off with it. Okay. You pay attention to the thumbnail here. Okay. You see Elon Musk. Okay. On the left, you see Sam Altman. Right. We're going to get into some clips with him in just a minute. Sam Altman, who is the lead guy with ChatGPT, co-founder. Okay. That's who we're talking about, Con. All right.
Within that, there's the notion of transhumanism.
What does that mean?
The idea is that we go.
This man said transhumanism. We already got transhumans. All right. Them doggone 65 jokers running around with the LGBT community, right? Transhumanism. What is this? What is this madness? What is this madness? Okay, it trips me out because these are literal transformers that he's talking about, huh? Right? Matter of fact, you should call them Decepticons, Con. Okay, because y'all ain't tracking, man. All right, if you grew up in the era that I grew up in, all right, Decepticons will be the enemies to the Transformers, Con. All right, this is wild, man. Transhumanism. That's what he's calling this thing. All right, meaning that you have a group of machines, okay, that are taking on the likeness of human beings. Okay, a group of machines taking on the likeness of human beings. Pay attention.
Beyond the human. One of our most famous astronomers, Royal, he put it this way. He says, in the distant future, it won't be organic brains, it'll be machine brains. And he seriously believes.
Machine brains from where? How does a machine have a brain? You mean his motherboard? Okay, is that what you're speaking about? Because that motherboard can't work unless I turn it on. And I got the power to erase its memory. Right? Yes or no? Okay. Does anybody other than the Most High have the power to erase our memories? That's why I know with these guys that they're living on cloud nine. And they're selling the people a fantasy. And a lot of our people are eating this stuff up, man. All right. This is folly.
As do a number of scientists who are not science fiction authors, that there will be some kind of merger between humanity and machines to have a transhuman, something that's beyond the human, and something that is, they hope, super intelligent, got all the human properties and much more. Now,
wow. Okay, more on transhumanism. Okay. Pay attention, family.
vision is the Israeli historian Yuval Noah Harari, and he's written a book called Homo Deus, the man God. And that really made me prick up my ears, because I know enough about this book here, the Bible, to realize that the drive for humans towards self-deification is, yes, making themselves gods. And
okay, so what he's speaking right now has some truth to it. Okay, he's speaking about how, he reads about in the Bible, mankind trying to make themselves gods, all right, like the Most High. We just read something. Okay, we just read something in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and we just read the book of Obadiah to prove that point as well. Okay, human beings, all right, forever, since the beginning of time, have tried to share space with the Most High God. All right, that's a fact. Okay, but for him and for anybody else to think that a machine can share space with the Most High God, let alone a human being, right? They're bugged out.
You see it all through history. The ancient Babylonian emperors were regarded as gods. The Roman emperors started calling themselves gods and all the rest of it. And what Harari says is the 21st century has two big purposes. Number one, to solve the problem of physical death as a technical problem.
To solve death.
Yes, solve death. Physical death is, in his view, a technical problem, and we'll solve it.
Now, y'all saw whose view this is, right? That was a so-called Jewish man. Okay? A so-called Jewish man. His idea is to get AI, all right, or this machine technology to solve the problem of death, meaning to make men immortal. Okay? To make men immortal. He got some wild hoop dreams going on, man. All right, in this AI world, man. Some wild hoop dreams, right? Give me the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 16 real quick. Okay? Give me the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 16. This is why these devils got to go, man. Okay? Who is the richest man in the world right now? Who's the richest man in the world? The first trillionaire.
Elon.
All right? Elon Musk. Okay? And Elon Musk got his fingerprints all over this thing. His fingerprints are all over this thing. All right? With Tesla and SpaceX. Okay? And a lot of his other programs. Go ahead. Read that real quick. First Chronicles chapter 16. Read verse 25.
This is the book of First Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 25. For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods.
For great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He is also to be feared above all gods. All right? Because for the gods of the people are what? Read that, King.
For all the gods of the people are idols.
All the gods of the people are idols. They aren't real. So if this book is true, listen to me, brothers and sisters. If this book is true, their technology will never advance to that point.
Done.
Okay? Their technology will never advance to that point. And this right here should shake a little fear up in you, brothers and sisters, about the end times. All right? They're getting ridiculous. All right? If we're getting tired of it, we know the Most High God is getting tired. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. These people would rather move you out of the way and nurse a robot, brothers and sisters, than to deal with you, black man, than to deal with you, Hispanic and Native American man. Con? All right, we're going to go ahead and continue to listen to old Daddy Warbucks real quick. All right.
The second agenda item, and he calls them agenda items for the 21st century, is to increase human happiness by bioengineering cyborg engineering, mechanical implants, all this kind of thing, and turning humans, quote, into gods with a small g. In other words, this is the drive for a super intelligent human. We've only got started. And his point is, and from his atheist perspective, one can understand it immediately, evolution, unguided natural processes have brought us to this point. Now we're going to take it into our hands, and we're going to engineer humanity into the future.
Now we're going to take things into our hands, and we're going to engineer humanity in the near future. Now, okay, the guy is an atheist. Okay, not this guy that's sitting before us. Okay, but the guy he's quoting. Okay, the guy he's quoting that says, okay, that he believes, all right, that human beings will be inferior in the future. Okay, and that this transhumanism, right, will take over. All right, this is what they think. They're literally trying to play God and replace mankind, brothers and sisters. Okay, now I want to change gears real quick. Okay, staying on the same topic. All right, fair use, because I'm going to bring up this devil. Okay, these devils got a lot of power, man. All right, especially over these social media platforms. All right, we see our content shadow ban, okay, a lot. Okay, hey, fair use. All right, fair use. Hopefully you brothers and sisters can see the disclaimer. Okay, Sam Altman, this is the guy we were speaking about earlier. All right, now he was on Tucker Carlson show. Okay, and I want you all to see what he has to say. Pay attention.
It's something that we assume is more powerful than people, and to which we look for guidance. I mean, you're already seeing that on display. What's the right decision? I ask that question of whom? My closest friends, my wife, and God. And this is a technology that provides a more certain answer than any person can provide. So it's a religion. And the beauty of religions is they have a catechism that is transparent.
Tucker Carlson just said that AI is a religion. Now listen, brothers and sisters, we got to think about that, right? You may be thinking that he's off on a whim, but what Tucker Carlson is saying, if you paid attention to what he just said, he said, look, when I want answers, he said, I'll go to my wife, I'll go to my friends, he said, and I'll go to God, right? But nowadays, what people are doing, if they want answers, they go automatically to ChatGPT. They go automatically to, what's the other one? The other
Grok.
I don't know of that one. I think it starts with an N. Okay, but there's other platforms out there that's just like ChatGPT. I haven't messed with them. I've just heard of them. Okay, I have dealt with ChatGPT, all right, on occasion. But he has a point. Tucker Carlson has a point. A lot of people are going to ChatGPT for all their answers. Just like the general, he tells us, be easy with that ChatGPT. Okay? You may be using that thing a little bit too much. Okay? Because what is ChatGPT? It's a conglomerate, right, of many thoughts. Right? i.e. confusion. You have to be able to decipher through the confusion. You have to be able to decipher through the conclusion. A lot of brothers, all right, are going to ChatGPT, right? And they're getting their answers. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of that stuff is cloudy if you don't research it yourself, right? And if you don't go in it with the spirit, all right? You're getting a lot of people's theories, all right? Pay attention.
I know what the religion stands for. Here's what it's for. Here's what it's against. But in this case, I pressed, and I wasn't attacking you sincerely. I was not attacking you, but I was trying to get to the heart of it. The beauty of a religion is it admits it's a religion, and it tells you what it stands for. The unsettling part of this technology, not just your company, but others, is that I don't know what it stands for, but it does stand for something. And unless it admits that and tells us what it stands for, then it guides us in a kind of stealthy way toward a conclusion we might.
Hey, Claude, that's right there, Officer Michael. That's the name of it, Claude. That's the other platform right there, okay? All right, now if you hear Tucker Carlson, he's saying, hey, look, he said, I know what my religion stands for, right? I can tell you, I can spit it out verbatim, right? He said, but with AI gives you all these answers, but it doesn't tell you what it stands for, all right? It doesn't tell you what its main source is, right?
Even know we're reaching. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, why not just throw it open and say, ChatGPT is for this, or we're for suicide for the terminally ill, but not for kids or whatever. Like, why not just tell us?
I mean, the reason we write this long model spec, and the reason we keep expanding it over time, is so that you can see here is how we intend for the model to behave. What used to happen before we had this is people would fairly say, I don't know what the model's even trying to do, and I don't know if this is a bug or the intended behavior.
Right.
Tell me what this long document of, tell me how you're going to when you're going to do this and when you're going to show me this and when you're going to say you won't do that. The reason we try to write this all out is I think people do need to know.
And so is there a place you can go to find out a hard answer to what your preferences as a company are, preferences that are being transmitted in a not entirely straightforward way to the globe? Like where?
Listen to the question that Tucker is asking. Is there a hard line place that you can go to get, all right, the exact, all right, gist of the answer? All right. Is there a hard line place that I can go? Now I want you to listen to his answer. Okay. Pay attention to Sam Altman's answer.
Can you find out what the company stands for, what it prefers?
I mean, our model spec is the answer to that. Now, I think we will have to make it increasingly more detailed over time as people use this in different countries. There's different laws, whatever else. It will not work the same way for every user everywhere. But I expect that document to get very long and very complicated.
Right.
Okay, you see how we tap dance around the answer? Okay, he's not giving him a legitimate response. Okay, because AI does what? AI, all right, grabs from multiple sources and it gives you a general consensus, right, of everybody's thoughts. Okay, look, if you go with ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT, what's the fastest car on the planet, right? ChatGPT is going to tell you what it believes the fastest car on the planet is. I don't even know the answer to that question, right? But then it's going to give you some honorable mentions, right? It's going to say, well, some people, you got other people who, don't agree with this, and they would say that the Lamborghini, okay, is the fastest car, all right, on the earth. You know what I mean? Because it's giving it to you by ratios. Okay, it's giving it to you by ratios, and it wants to include everybody. Mm-hmm. But that's not the way of the Most High. All right, there's one way, right? The road to the kingdom is very narrow, right? Okay, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Okay, but the way to the kingdom is a very narrow path, right? And you can't turn to the right hand nor the left hand. Okay, we understand that the Most High God is not the author of confusion, according to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. And that's what this thing is. It's confusion. That's why I advise you, brothers. Okay, I know a lot of our brothers, they're using ChatGPT. Okay, they're using ChatGPT a lot. I advise you, brothers, be careful with it. Just like the general always tells us. He was getting on doggone Yikwab about it a couple of months ago. Okay, be careful. Okay, because that thing it's a conglomerate of everybody's thoughts. Hey, somebody wanted to say something before we move on? Because we got more from Sam Hall.
Salaki, I just wanted to say something real quick. Like this is like Esau's way of manipulating the truth. That's what it's gonna boil down to, because he's saying certain countries you're not allowed to say certain things. So he's gonna have it manipulate itself to where it'll appease the people that's using it. So they're just trying to manipulate the truth. I yield.
Come. And that's a good point, King.
Hey, so
Okay. Go ahead, Op.
Hey, we should have had some of them videos or some clips from when SOT had ChatGPT confounded, man.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that, King. Okay. I've been going into the way these jokers think, the actual creators, okay, and the people who are aligned with it, okay, so that we can get their perspective, because their perspective it doesn't align with the scriptures either. All right, it doesn't align with the scriptures either. All right, but let's go ahead and continue on. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Show me some love in the chat.
I'm not like a literal, I'm not like a literalist on the Bible, but I'm not someone who says like I'm culturally Jewish. Like if you ask me, I would just say I'm Jewish.
What are your spiritual?
All right, so we see Sam Altman. He's a so-called Jewish man. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, so we got another one to add to the doggone ticker. All right, these jokers run everything. They run everything. Y'all don't want to listen to the Hebrew Israelites, man, when we're trying to tell you something. All right, you know that this artificial intelligence is wicked. You know it's wicked. You know that Hollywood is wicked. All right. We're starting to see more and more that the sports world, all right, is controlled. And many of the owners of these sports teams are so-called Jewish. They run the music industry, right? The banks. They run everything. They're at the top of this artificial intelligence. But I want you to listen to how silly Sam Altman is as it pertains to being Jewish. Now, look, if you're Jewish, this means that you're the chosen people of God. You have a connection with the Most High God, right? Right? Okay, pay attention to his answers.
Views.
I'm Jewish, and I would say I have like a fairly traditional view of the world that way.
So you're religious. You believe in God?
I'm not like a literal, I'm not like a literalist on the Bible, but I'm not someone who says like I'm culturally Jewish. Like if you ask me, I would just say I'm Jewish.
But do you believe in God? Like, do you believe that there is a force larger than people that created the earth, set down a specific order for living, that there's an absolute morality attached that comes from that God?
I think probably like most other people, I'm somewhat confused on this, but I believe there is something bigger going on than, can be explained by physics, yes.
What we tell him a few weeks ago? All right, what we proved to him a few weeks ago? The Jewish man does not believe on your Messiah. Right. This cat don't even believe in God.
Damn.
And he's calling himself Jewish. These are the people of the Most High God. He doesn't know what's going on. The people of, when we go to the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 2, it tells you that the people of the Most High God have a zeal for knowledge, but not according to, they have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. Meaning they're not studying, they're not keeping the law, right? So they're disconnected in that way. When we look at our people, who we say we believe are the Jews, right? The so-called black man who came over here via Atlantic slave trade, the Hispanic man of Negroid descent, okay, and the Native American man, very spiritual people. Our people packing them churches out. Okay, they'll tell you ain't nothing like the name of Jesus. A lot of our people in the mosque, very spiritual people, devoting everything to Allah. Okay? They're very spiritual people. But these people, hold on for a minute, King. But these people who call themselves Jewish, meaning they come from the tribe of Judah, same tribe that Christ come from, right? These people don't have a spiritual connection with the Most High God. His people sitting off in the land right now. There's supposed to be peace in the land. There's total chaos. Do you actually read the Bible, brothers and sisters? These aren't the people of God. He looks no different than Tucker Carlson. He's your everyday friendly white man. That's what he is. He's Esau in the flesh. It's no different. Okay, go ahead there, Yaakov.
Kind of one. They had a brother doing this experiment on Instagram. I was watching, and he was going around asking different people about do they love God, bro. All the white people he asks, it's like they just look at him and like keep on going on, you know, they ignore him or whatever. But he asked the black people, so-called black people, hey, every last one of them, you know, they stopped, had the conversation, tell them they love the Lord, quote a verse, you know. And I'm like, bro, this goes to show you who the people is for real, because these people don't even love the Lord, but they claim to be Jewish people. They claim to be the people that, you know, the Lord's supposed to be coming to redeem, but y'all don't even profess, you know.
That's right. These people, what they're doing, Captain Yatham, is just reaping the benefits of being a Jew. Okay? Right. They're sitting over in the land, calling themselves the people of God. They get billions of dollars from the United States every year. Okay? They're reaping a lot of benefits of being the state of Israel, right? The state of Israel. All right? It's all monetary and it's all vain, right? Y'all are going to listen. You know what? They may not listen, Captain Yazabad, you know, because a lot of these people don't think that fat meat is greasy, and they're going to have to find out. All right? When the crap hit the fan, man, that's when they're going to have to find out.
Another one.
Okay? All right, let's go ahead and continue to listen to what this clown got to say.
So you think the earth and the people were created by something? It wasn't just like a spontaneous accident?
Would I say that? It does not feel like a spontaneous accident, yeah. I don't think I have the answer. I don't think I know like exactly what happened, but I think there is a mystery beyond my comprehension here going on.
Have you ever felt communication from that force, or from any force beyond people, beyond the material?
No, not really.
I ask because...
Of course you haven't, because you're not the people of the Most High God. Okay? You're not the people of the Most High God. All right? That's why you don't have a connection. And I'm going to tell you something. Them calling themselves Jewish is a dead giveaway. We know that ISH just means kind of like, right? All right? It's like if I say that a brother is being childish, not calling him a child, he's acting like a child. Okay? Jewish, they're admitting that they're converts. Hey, all praise to the Most High God. Hey, for the brother giving us this generous donation, the brother Opera Forever. Okay? And we appreciate you there, brother. Hey, we know who that brother is right there. That's one of our brothers. Okay? Down in Jacksonville. Hey, all praises. All right, for your donation there, King. Okay? All right, but hey, this thing is crazy, man. Okay, and it's only gonna get crazier. All right, as I continue to play this content. All right.
Because it seems like the technology that you're creating or shepherding into existence will have more power than people. On this current trajectory, I mean, that will happen. Who knows what will actually happen? But like, the graph suggests it, and so that would give you, more power than any living person. So I'm just wondering how you see that.
I used to worry about something like that much more. I think.
Did everybody understand the question that Tucker just asked? Okay, did y'all just he says, listen, you're saying you don't understand, okay, you know, where this source and power is coming from, right? But you and a couple of other people give the final say-so on what this model of ChatGPT is. You got millions of people visiting these sites, right? You're giving the final say-so, right, on what this model is. This means, right, this means that you're acting as some sort of God yourself. Pay attention. Listen to what Tucker Carlson just said. Pay attention, brothers and sisters.
A mystery beyond my comprehension here going on.
Have you ever felt communication from that force or from any force beyond people, beyond the material?
No, not really.
I ask because it seems like the technology that you're creating or shepherding into existence will have more power than people. On this current trajectory, I mean, that will happen. Who knows what will actually happen, but like the graph suggests it. And so that would give you, more power than any living person. So I'm just wondering how you see that.
I used to worry about something like that much more. I think what will happen, I used to worry a lot about the concentration of power in one or a handful of people or companies because of AI.
Yeah.
What it looks like to me now, and again, this may evolve again over time, is that it'll be a huge up-leveling of people where everybody will be a lot more powerful, or everybody that embraces the technology will be a lot more powerful. But that's actually okay. That scares me much less than a small number of people getting a ton more power. If the kind of like ability of each of us just goes up a lot because we're using this technology and we're able to be more productive or more creative or discover new science, and it's a pretty broadly distributed thing, like billions of people are using it.
All right, so his answer is, hey, I can sleep at night, all right, because I'm including everybody's thoughts, okay, in the answers that we're giving people, all right, versus a set few. It doesn't just rest on me and the people who are at the top of the food chain. I can sleep at night, all right, because I'm going to give you the general consensus, right, of everybody, which is confusion. Okay? This thing is getting out of control. I got one more to play from Sam Altman, brothers and sisters. One more to play from Sam Altman. And then we're going to switch gears, okay? Stay with me. Stay with me. Still not on the screen, huh?
No, I don't want.
Communicating with you, so I'm wondering, like, where did you get your moral framework? I mean, all through history, like recorded history up until like 1945, people always deferred to what they conceived of as a higher power in order. Hammurabi did this. Every moral code is written with reference to a higher power. There's never been anybody who's like, well, that kind of seems better than that. Everybody appeals to a higher power. And you said that you don't really believe that there's a higher power communicating with you. So I'm wondering, like, where did you get your moral framework?
I mean, like everybody else, I think the environment I was brought up in probably is the biggest thing. Like my family, my community, my school, my religion, probably that.
Do you ever think, I think that's a very American answer, like everyone kind of feels that way. But in your specific case, since you said these decisions rest with you, that means that the milieu in which you grew up and the assumptions that you imbibed over years are going to be transmitted to the globe to billions.
Do you hear what Tucker Carlson just said? You're heading this thing, Sam Altman. So Tucker says, all right, where do you get your religious preference from? Where does it come from? Since you're saying that you don't connect with a higher power, he says, I get it from my upbringing. I get it from my morals and values that have been handed down to me by my family. But Tucker then says, hey, well, do you understand that your morals and your values, all right, and your upbringing becomes the standard, all right, for the entire globe? The people who visit ChatGPT are getting that. All right, you're acting as God. You're acting as God.
Right.
Okay. This thing is crazy, brothers and sisters. Okay. I want y'all to understand, man, that this technology is taking over. Let me go ahead and remove these things. Technology is taking over, and you know this. You just don't think about it. All right, you just don't think about it on a deep level. All right, I hear brothers and sisters always complaining about how, hey, brother, okay, I can say something, all right, and my phone, all right, I'll go to my phone and get to swiping it, and it'll pop up while I'm on social media. An ad will pop up because the phone has AI technology. That phone is gathering everything about you, and it's storing data, right? So that Salakia, excuse me, so that it's able to please you. Okay, it's able to please you. That's what this artificial intelligence does. It tries to get to know you, right? So it can duplicate your thoughts, Khan, and have everything ready for you on demand, right? I can be saying, hey, y'all's a bad man. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go grab a new tent for Tabernacles. You know what I mean? My family's kind of grown, man. I think I'm gonna grab a tent, right? Then I go ahead and pick up my phone, right? Okay. Hit in Google. I'm going in search, and then an ad pop up, all right, for some tents. All right. This is technology taking over, right? But it doesn't mean that the phone is smarter than you. That's not what it means. It has been programmed to take your thoughts. It has been programmed to take the things that you say, right? All right, and then bring your wants and desires to fruition. All right. This thing is crazy. You know, when you think about, who remembers the Patriot Act? Who remembers the Patriot Act of 2001?
I remember that.
Okay, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I know that the Patriot Act, you know, has been it's been doggone pulled and stripped away. All right, that was the thing with George W. Bush. Okay, when 9/11 happened, they instituted the Patriot Act. You know what I mean? And the Patriot Act gave them the right to pretty much screen people's phone calls, tap your doggone phone line, this, that, and the third. All right, that way terrorist activity couldn't go on, right? Everybody remember that? If you're old enough, you remember that, man. It's making me feel kind of old. Okay? And this right here is kind of similar. Brothers and sisters don't know. When you get them new updates, right? When you get them new updates on your Apple phone, I ain't gonna lie, Cap Mike, I do it too. I don't read through all that fine print.
Right.
But what you don't understand, brothers and sisters, is if you don't read through that fine print, all right, you don't understand that you're acknowledging, all right, that this machine, all right, is going to do those things. You're acknowledging that, all right? It's telling you in so many words, all right, that it's going to record you, that it's going to take your thoughts, right? Put them in a doggone data system, right? Share your thoughts with other people, all right, or other platforms, I should say, right? Okay. And to me, that's kind of invading privacy. It made me think about the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started.
Say again, there, King.
I was gonna say that's where it started. So you know, Esau, he usually, it's almost like an experiment. He'll put something out there, see how it goes, and then they just advance it. They just advance it.
That's right. It's what they call it now. It's algorithm.
Yeah, your algorithm,
Okay.
and also your TVs too. I've seen a video where a TV was watching a lady sleep.
Wow.
There was a little Asian guy in the corner of the TV watching her.
Oh yeah.
Asian guy was in the corner watching her. Wow.
Yeah, the TV was off, but then like a little like a second window popped up in the corner of her screen, and it was a little Asian guy, and she just happened to wake up and look, and the dude was looking at her.
That's wild, man. That's wild. And it don't surprise me. Hey, Tawada, to the brother Golden God 3745 for your generous donation. We love you too, there, King. Okay, we love you too. We appreciate you for tuning in. Okay. All right. Yeah, this thing is getting crazy, man. Okay. Yeah, I got to thinking about that Patriot Act the other day, man. Okay, because these jokers are literally taking what you say, taking the things that you search. Okay, that's why when you go on your Facebook account or your Instagram account, the things that you like, the things that you search for become permanent, right? In your stream. If you like muscle cars, okay, if you like doggone ice cream, okay, I don't know, whatever your doggone pleasure is, that's what you're going to see, right? In your algorithm, right? Because that AI is designed, all right, to play your wants and desires. Go ahead there, Captain Yazabet.
What I was going to say is that the AI is studying your patterns. And when it's studying your patterns, is when you can't get out of certain sins that you struggle with, it could be because the AI is feeding that to you. It's feeding those certain pages of brothers can go look at a woman, and certain pages that keep popping up, or brothers have drinking issues, or you have a drinking problem. It'll keep showing you videos, people drinking and having a good time, or it keeps feeding those things to you. And that could further you to make you further stay in your sin.
Yeah, that dopamine.
It's like it's time.
Hey, the sister Renee Thomas said, if you watch the bottom of your phone screen when you're online, it's a copy. It copies whatever you are writing and whatever you look at. It's really illegal, but the people are online to complain. My TV did it. Wow. Okay, I gotta look out for that there, sister Renee. Okay, hey, this thing is getting real, man. It's getting real. Hey, so let's kind of switch gears, man. Okay, let's talk about Elon Musk. Okay, so Elon made a quote. He was on this platform talking to some guys, I believe, off in Saudi Arabia, and he made a claim that I really don't agree with, right? Okay, but I want y'all to see what Elon had to say. Okay, and we're gonna get in the scriptures and see if it aligns with scripture. Con? All right, fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat.
That's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional. Optional. Long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional. Optional. So.
Listen to the people clapping. Elon said that this technology is going to take us to a place to where work is optional. And when he says optional, he's going to make it clear he's talking about for the regular working man and woman. Okay, not just a trillionaire like himself, because work is optional for him, of course, right? Okay. But he says it's going to be optional. That don't make sense. I'm going to continue to play. Okay, and then we're going to get into some scripture.
We'll take that. Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Currency becomes irrelevant.
I don't know what this devil is talking about, man. Okay? Because the scriptures tell us in order for us to eat, right? In order for us to eat, give me that in 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. Okay? Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, and also give me Genesis chapter 3. Okay? Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse number 10. I'm going to tell you what the Most High God said. Okay? By way of his apostles and prophets, Con.
Con number one. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3, verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
If anyone would not work, you ain't going to eat. Right? If you don't work, you're not going to eat. Okay? Now we know that we're in captivity, right? We got some brothers and sisters that's doing real well, right? What he said literally makes no sense. But in order for you to gain wage, brothers and sisters, in order for you to live, all right, you got to work for it. Okay? That's just like saying, in order for you to get the kingdom, all you got to do is doggone confess Christ in your heart and get dunked in some water. We didn't believe that lie either, you damn devil, right? And I'm not going to believe him. It's not that easy, and it'll never be that easy, family. They want you to sit on your hands. All right, give me that in Genesis chapter 3, verse number 19.
Con of the one. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse 19, and it reads, "In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground."
Read that part again, Malak.
Con of the one. "In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread,
In the sweat of your face are you going to eat bread
till thou return unto the ground."
until you die. Until you die. Come on. Okay? Until you return to the ground. So in order for us to eat, brothers and sisters, we're going to have to work. Okay? This theory that Elon is selling you is a lie. It's a lie.
Salakia.
Okay? They got some hoop dreams out. Go ahead, Cat.
Con of the one. What they're going to do is they're going to starve some people out as far as getting work. They actually got an AI gas station out of one. You got to pay for it. It's no employees in the.
You know what you're going into? You're going into what we're getting ready to talk about.
Okay.
Hey, but go ahead and finish your thought. You're going into what we're getting ready to talk about.
They got a gas station with no employees, and you got to pay for everything. If you got to go use the bathroom, you got to buy gas to be able to access the bathroom. It'll give you a ticket that you will scan when you go to the bathroom, and that's the only way you'll be able to use the bathroom. But everything is like computerized in there.
So AI technology is taking over, and that right there is a big conversation going on around the nation right now. That's the spirit, Captain Yazabad. That's the spirit. Okay, for the brother to go into that. A lot of people are worried. Fair use, fair use. Let's play this out, right? Let me make sure Elon don't say nothing else stupid.
But AI and humanoid robots will actually eliminate poverty. And Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many other companies that make humanoid robots.
So he says AI technology is going to eliminate poverty. All right, now let's see what's really going on right now. Okay, let's see what's really going on right now. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. All right, show me some love in the chat, brothers and sisters. Okay, Captain Yazabad was right on target. All right, watch this.
Can see the fingerprints of artificial intelligence. Now, this is coming to us from outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas, and they're reporting that U.S.-based employers, they announced about 97,000 layoffs last month. That is a 16% increase from April, and as you mentioned, this is the highest May total.
All right, so these are totals from the month of May this year, brothers and sisters. Okay, from the month of May, and that's how long I've been looking at. I've been looking at this stuff since May, there, brothers and sisters. Okay, all right. In May, At that point in time, 97,000 people have been laid off from their jobs. All right. That's up 16% since April. Okay. So Elon telling you that AI, all right, is going to eliminate poverty, but it seems like poverty is on the rise when we look at the statistics. Con, pay attention.
Con.
Since 2020, back when COVID was crippling the economy. And when you look at the trend, you can see there was this big spike last spring. This was when Doge was really slashing the federal workforce, also when the president rolled out his global tariffs. Thankfully, announced layoffs, they have come down since then, but they are up 3 months in a row, and they do remain elevated. So where are these announced layoffs? Well, pharmaceuticals, finance, this is fintech. They're about 5,000 to 6,000 each, almost 7,000 in transportation. But look at technology. That really stands out. Almost 40,000 in.
All right. So I don't know if any of you brothers and sisters that are in the chat are in any of these areas. Okay. But pharmaceuticals, for people who work in the pharmaceutical companies, all right, pharmaceutical companies. All right, 5,000 people have been laid off. Financial techs, all right, 5,700 people. All right, transportation, right? Me and Dirac know something about that. Okay, almost 7,000 people have been laid off. Okay, and you know what I saw, Dirac? About when I first started looking at this, right? When I first started looking, I got the video somewhere. There is a wave of people from East India, right? East India. A lot of East Indian people, those would be the Elamites, according to the Bible, right? They're being conned to come over to the United States and work for some of these trucking companies. They're putting them behind the wheel of 18-wheelers. They're giving them like a 3-week program to get their CDLs. 3 weeks, right? And they got their CDLs, and they're putting them on the road, right? And they're putting them on the road in some of the worst conditions. I know that a lot of the tragedies that's happening to these East Indian folk is when they go downhill. Okay, when they go downhill, because they're not receiving the sufficient training. You got to understand, when you're going downhill in an 18-wheeler, you got a lot of weight in that trailer. Okay, a lot of brothers that drive truck, all right, they know where I'm coming from, right? Okay, you gotta take that hill a certain way, but they're not receiving sufficient training. There have been a lot of deaths. Okay, there have been a lot of deaths to the East Indian population who are coming over here, all right, working transportation because of these scams. Okay, because of these scams, and what's going on is they got these guys filling holes because they're starting to get these artificial intelligent trucks.
Yep.
Okay. They're starting to get these artificial intelligent trucks as part of the fleet. You're already starting to see the artificial intelligent Ubers, you know what I mean, or cabs per se. You're starting to see that mode of transportation in the major cities. I see them in Atlanta every time I go down there. I don't see them over in Montgomery, but I see them in Atlanta every time I go over there. You literally got, I'll never get in that thing. You got a car with no driver, man, getting you from point A to point B. Imagine that, man, being sealed up in the back seat of a car. All right. Is that what it's called? The Waymos there, King? The Waymos?
Yep.
Okay. You know, you're starting to see these vehicles. So the transportation industry is taking a huge hit, but you can see technology, of course. Technology's taking the hugest hit. Almost 40,000 people have lost their jobs. All right, and that's just in the month of May. Okay. We'll be looking at June's numbers soon. All right. So what Elon said is a lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie. Yeah.
Artificial intelligence seems like it's starting to make poverty increase, right? But go ahead, King.
I was gonna say he make that claim, but how do you expect people to pay their mortgage and car note, like I know he said something about, they can plant their own food. Where are all this stuff supposed to come from? You still need money. Where are you going to get the money from?
Hey, go ahead, Ken.
So like when he said AI is going to eliminate poverty, he means if you fall into poverty, they're going to send robots to unalive you. That's what he means.
Is that what they're going to do?
Good.
Hey, this thing is wild out. Okay, this thing is wild, and we're starting to see an increase in layoffs across the nation due to AI technology. Pay attention.
Announced layoffs there alone. That's the highest in any month for the tech sector in 3 years. And that's notable because we know tech is adopting artificial intelligence very aggressively. And Challenger found that AI was the leading reason why employers announced layoffs in May for the third month in a row. This was the highest total for any month since Challenger started tracking this about 3 months ago. And when you look at the trend for announced layoffs that are being blamed on AI, you can see this trend is clearly going in the wrong direction, right? So far this year, companies have announced almost 90,000 layoffs that they blamed, at least in part, on artificial intelligence. That far surpasses the total from last year, and we're only not even halfway done with this year. However,
look at that, man. Look how fast that thing is moving. Okay? From 54,000, all right, for the whole year of 2025, right? All right, that's due to artificial intelligence, okay, to 90,000 already this year. They're on pace to double that number, man. We're getting ready to be in the 7th month, right? So they're on pace to go well over 100,000 layoffs. Okay, we still got what? Almost 6 months left. That's wild, man. Stay with me, family.
Was another flurry of pink slips that were handed out in May. And yes, you can see the fingerprints of artificial intelligence. Now, this is coming to us from outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas, and they're reporting that U.S.-based employers, they announced about 97 announced layoffs there alone. That's the highest in any month for the tech sector. Layoffs in May for the third month in a row. This was the highest total. Wrong direction, right? So far this year, companies have announced almost 90,000 layoffs that they blamed, at least in part, on artificial intelligence. That far surpasses the total from last year, and we're only not even halfway done with this year. However,
okay, so hey, brothers and sisters, I want y'all to see something real quick, okay? I think it's at the end of this video here. I want y'all to see something in real time, okay? Pay attention. Fair use, fair use. Fair use, fair use.
I think it will happen. If we could stop them ever wanting to, that would be great. But it's not clear we can stop them ever wanting to.
You know what, brothers and sisters? You know what? I wanted to show you, brothers and sisters, this video. And I know it's at the tail end of one of these things. Let's pull this one up. If it's not here, we're gonna move on, okay? If it's not here, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna get you out of here there, Israel, okay? We got like one more point to make. Pay attention.
Now, one of the people who's spreading that kind of transhumanist vision is the Israeli historian Yuval Noah Harari. And he's written a book called Homo Deus, the man God. And we've only got started. And his point is, and from his atheist perspective, one can understand it immediately, evolution, unguided natural processes have brought us to this point. Now we're going to take it into our hands and we're going to engineer humanity into the future.
Okay, brothers and sisters,
Now,
I apologize.
One of the people who spread.
Okay, I did have a video that was showing the robot move in real time. Okay, it may be a part of one of these other videos, and I want you to see how fast these jokers are moving. Okay, I may have it coming up in one of these other videos. Okay, I apologize. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on. Okay, all right, but hey, go ahead, King.
That's the one. It was like at a factory.
It was at a factory.
Yeah, I seen that.
It was at a factory, and they put it. Yeah, they put the robot against a human, and the robot it completely destroyed. You know, the human, all right, because it was programmed to move at a certain speed. And we also got to understand that the robot doesn't need to sleep.
Yep.
The robot doesn't need to eat. It doesn't need to take breaks. Okay. Humans, we got to take breaks. We got to sleep. All right. As long as they charge that robot up. Right. Okay. That's the only break it'll get. But you got to remember, they got another one on standby that's been charging. Right. So as soon as they take that robot off the line, they're taking that other robot and placing that other robot in that spot. Huh? Okay. I got that video somewhere there, brothers and sisters. I apologize. Okay. I'm gonna show it to you here in a minute. Okay, but we gotta understand, man, that it is possible, you know, that a lot of jobs, you know, will be, you know, taken over by, you know, AI. Okay, and these AGI, right? Artificial, what is it called? AGI would be artificial general intelligence. These are the ones that they say will be far more advanced than humans. Okay, I can understand that they're far more advanced than a human being physically because of the things that we just spoke about. Okay, it doesn't need to eat. It doesn't need to sleep. Right? That doesn't mean that it's better than a human. Right? It's just been created, right, to move at a certain pace, you know, without the need to sleep or eat. All right. All right. But I want to switch gears real quick. Okay. And I want to talk about these data centers, man. Okay. I want to talk about these data centers. All right. Not only is artificial intelligence starting to make us feel uncomfortable in the workplace. Okay. When we start to see these layoffs, you go into a Circle K or a certain gas station and you no longer have a clerk behind the screen. Okay. I mean, you no longer have a clerk at the counter. You got a register up there and it has a, I don't even know what to call it, but it's a scale.
Yeah.
That you put your items on. It reads and scans it itself. Right. Okay. And then it tells you to pay with your card. Okay. So it already took that job away. All right. DeRock was talking about some gas stations that have artificial intelligence. Okay. You know, we've been hearing about these grocery stores, okay, where all you got to do is wave your card when you walk in. Okay, wave your card. Okay, I know a lot of people, they're talking about the chip. Okay, all right, talking about the chip, waving the chip, and you're able to pay for certain items. You don't have a clerk. Okay, these things are happening. Okay, they are happening. So, you know what I mean? We looking at a time of Jacob's trouble. We're looking at that time. It's coming. And artificial intelligence, all right, might be a huge part of this, right? But the data centers, I think it was Captain Yakin. Captain Yakin was saying, hey, look, these people don't care. Okay? Or was it Captain DeRock? Do they care about how you're going to pay your mortgage? Do they care about anything? Yeah. Okay, these data centers have been causing a lot of problems for people. They've been causing a lot of problems for people. Okay, and I want to doggone play some content real quick. Okay, about these data centers. Okay, matter of fact, hey, look, I got the sister AOC. Okay. Yeah, I didn't load some content there, brothers and sisters. But let's see what AOC got to say real quick. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love. It's in the chat. Show me some love in the chat. And then I'm going to go ahead and download this other one. Let my disclaimer play.
There it is.
Right after a data center was constructed, the metadata center. This is the current drinking water in Morgan County, Georgia. Right after a data center was constructed, the metadata center was constructed. The only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I have another one as well. So this wasn't just one well. These wasn't just one family's situation. This is what the drinking water now looks like next to that data center. Both of us can agree that neither one of these things are drinkable.
All right. So look at the effect that it's having on people's everyday lives, like the drinking water. Okay. I was watching some folks down in Texas a few weeks ago. They were catching hell, man. They were catching hell down in Texas. All right. You know, because the AI centers are drafting so much of the water. Okay. They need millions, right, of gallons of water in order to cool those systems down, right, that is taken from the local populations of where these centers are, right? And you got people actually, you know, taking water, you know, it's trickling. Their water is trickling. So when they flush the toilet, they have to go, okay, and take their bucket to the faucet and catch the trickle, right? So that they have more water conserved. Okay, this is crazy. You know what I mean? You're paying a mortgage, you're paying a water bill, and you got to live in these conditions. All right, these AI centers are doggone killing us. Okay, I want you to see some folks that are protesting this down in the Black communities. Okay, because this right here is becoming a problem, especially in Black communities. We're starting to see a lot of data centers arise. All right, in so-called Black and brown communities. Okay, and there's a reason that they're putting them in Black and brown communities. Okay, all right, obvious, because so-called white folk, all right, don't want them in their communities. Right.
Right.
Pay attention. Pay attention, family.
In the county. 11 Live's Molly Oak is live in DeKalb County for us tonight. Molly, what do protesters say they want to see happen here?
Well, they just finished chanting "People over profit," Jennifer. That is just one of the messages they're asking for tonight. I want to step aside so you can see this line of about 24 protesters just made their way around the building that are now in line waiting to get inside of the meeting. They got a couple of things they're asking commissioners tonight. One, again, that people over profit, and two, for more communication before data centers are put in their communities.
I'm going to talk to y'all about the 3 Ds: DeKalb, deception, data centers.
In DeKalb County.
And so this is a clear, textbook example of environmental racism that would be affecting Black youth.
People worried about what happens if a data center is constructed in their neighborhood.
This has galvanized the community to want to learn more and fight back.
Tonight, DeKalb County leaders will consider new regulations for data centers. Back in July, commissioners enacted a 100-day moratorium on data center applications, giving county leaders time to create rules because, at the time, the county didn't have any formal definition of what constitutes a data center. This text amendment would do just that across all districts.
This text amendment is going to be enshrining regulations around different sized data centers. And we think that this process hasn't been democratic.
Guy Swai is one of the protesters, noting environmental concerns.
And you notice that the brother used a term I've never heard. He called it environmental racism. Okay. So I was on YouTube the other day, right? Okay, as I was looking at this AI stuff, right? And I seen a guy, he was on Roland Martin's show. Y'all know Roland Martin, right? Considers himself a Black activist, Democrat Party, right? Okay, and he had the brother, what's his name? Justin Jones. All right, the brother Justin Jones, which is a state representative for Tennessee. Don't get him confused with Justin Pearson. Okay, that's another representative for Tennessee. Okay, but Justin Jones, this brother from Tennessee, state representative, he actually had a job working at Fisk University. Okay, he had a job working at Fisk University, and he was let go of his position. Okay, because he disagreed with the school president over at Fisk. Okay, y'all know Fisk University, HBCU, over there in Nashville. Okay, all right. He disagreed with the president of Fisk about bringing AI centers to the university campus. All right, they're literally trying to bring AI data centers right onto the campus of Fisk University. Okay, and this stuff is encompassing, man, noise pollution, water pollution, and air pollution. Okay, the young brother was saying, who would want to go to school in these type of conditions where you're hearing all of this noise? Okay, you're trying to study, and you got to get a little bit of sleep at night and be back up for class, right? And you got to deal with this noise, right? But then he flipped the script when he said, well, they're also trying to put data centers right near the zoo down there in Nashville, right? They're trying to put data centers near the zoo. And guess what? Guess what happened, brothers and sisters? Okay, they got a petition going with 270 votes on not to bring the AI center near the zoo because of the livelihood of the animals.
It's crazy.
Because of the livelihood of the animals, brothers and sisters. Okay, they care more about the animals than they do your people. Okay, they care more about the animals than they do your people. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Stay with me, family. Stay with me.
It's crazy.
Man, I tell you, man, this thing don't act right, man. Come on. Stay with us, family.
With the demand growing for AI data centers, more communities across the country are raising concerns. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
Tonight, as tech companies scramble to build more data centers across the country,
the community does not obviously want this here.
Growing backlash in Nashville over plans for what would be the state's 23rd data center, a facility larger than a football field next to the Nashville Zoo.
The environmental impact is another thing that we're concerned about. And DC Block has not reached out to us one time to address our concerns.
The project by DC Blocks, a company behind dozens of data centers across the Southeast, raising concerns about noise, power demands, water use, and what it could mean for the animals living just steps away.
They're using
what it could mean for the animals.
Massive amounts of electricity, right? We have these rare animals again. We have life support systems. You know, we lose power. It's a big deal for us.
More than 227,000 people signing the zoo's petition opposing it. DC Block.
I wonder if 270,000 people are going to sign a petition to keep that out of the doggone HBCUs in our neighborhoods, man.
No. Hell no.
You understand what I'm saying, man? This is wild. Okay. Now, look, this is affecting everybody. We don't want to just make this a black and brown issue. It's affecting everybody, right? But with the young brother, all right, Justin Jones, state representative for Tennessee, what he's saying is the zoo was petitioned first. All right, the area near the zoo was petitioned first. Understand? And when the people said, hey, look, we don't want this doggone data center near the zoo, All right, the next place they looked is the HBCU. All right, that's crazy. You know, I remember when I used to live in Columbia, South Carolina. I used to live in Columbia, South Carolina, Chocolate City down there. I love Columbia, South Carolina, man. Okay. And the first time, man, I ever went downtown, I went downtown Columbia, and they got a spot called 4 Points down there. Okay, where you got the University of South Carolina. Okay, you got Wallace College. Is it Wallace? Not Wallace. Is it Wallace College? Okay, I think it's Wallace College, and then you have Benedict College, and there's another college down there, right? Well, Benedict College, which is an HBCU, right? It sits right in the doggone projects. Just like Fisk University, man. Fisk University is in the hood. Okay? And you think about Fisk University, it's in the hood. Okay? That's crazy. And they would rather put those data centers in locations like that, right? Let them doggone Negroes deal with that. All right? Let them deal with it. Okay? But to save the animals. That's how they feel about you, their family. Okay? Go ahead, King.
I was just wanting to make this quick point. Like, look how these people would rather the animals than you. You are less than animals to these people. They have put it in your neighborhood, but to put it near a zoo, man, how many people? 270,000 people?
Something like that.
Bro, that's wild. That's crazy. But you don't have not one Edomite go and sign a petition and need for them not to put it in your neighborhood. Your water, I was watching the video, and I want to say this was in one of the Carolinas, and Esau turned his water on. It looked like liquid cheese.
Man, that's crazy.
Salakia. I don't want. It was crazy as well as these folks. I show you how much they don't care about your black life. Is that they will make a fuss and they will raise money for a woman whose dog was shot by the police. Her goal was $10,000. She got over $100,000. They did that GoFundMe for her dog that got shot by the police. But they will not do that for your black son that got killed by a racist store owner that chased him 130 yards and shot him in the back.
Right.
It's the hypocrisy of these damn devils. It irks my nerves. I don't want. I yield.
You and me both there, King. Okay. You and me both, man. But it brings a lot of relevance to the scriptures. Okay. It brings up a lot of relevance to who we are. Okay. And it makes you kind of think, how come our brothers and sisters can't get on board, all right, with the fact that we are the chosen people of the Most High God, because we're in this impoverished state. We are the people who are hated. Old nation, not desired. It's not rocket science. God, it's not rocket science. All right. But brothers and sisters, I'm gonna tell you what, man. It's time. It's time to get your spirit right. Okay. It's time to get your spirit right. All right. This is the time. All right, like no other, to get your spirit right. Because I'm gonna tell you something. These devils are proud. They're beyond proud, brothers and sisters. Their pride is what's going to doggone make them fall. And you're seeing it clear as day. Give me that in Ezekiel chapter 28 real quick. Give me just like the Prince of Tyrus. Okay, we're starting to see the pride on these people. I showed you various clips, right, of these people playing God. All right. You're going to tell me that a doggone robot is smarter than me, right? But I feed the robot what I want it to know. And I got to turn it on and give it power, right? And I can erase the memory of that robot anytime I get ready. Okay? But it's more superior than me. You can believe that if you want. That's crazy. It's hogwash. Okay? Read that in Ezekiel chapter 28. Read that. Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse number 1.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, and verse 1. the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God.
Because your heart is lifted up and saith that you are a God. Read.
I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas.
Read.
Yet thou art a man and not God.
But yet you are a man and not God. Okay, when the scriptures say in the midst of the seas, all right, we're looking at governments. Okay, so government powers, world powers. Read on.
Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Why, Salakia, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches.
With your wisdom and understanding, you've gotten very rich, Elon Musk. All right. You've gotten very rich, Sam Altman. Okay. Read on.
And has gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
And your heart is lifted up because of your riches. Read.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations.
Hey, look, you got to understand. All right. This nation will fall. Okay. Its allies are going to turn their backs on them. Okay. Its allies are going to turn their backs on them. That's prophesied.
Already started.
Okay. And the merchants are going to wail from afar. All right. The man of perdition is already, it's being revealed. How can you not see this? Okay. How can you not see this? All right. These devils, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. And it's not even close. It's not even close. All right. Don't get caught up in these illusions, man. Right? What's that? Colossians chapter 2 and 8, man. All right. Don't get caught up in these illusions, philosophies, and vain deceits. We're going to make these robots and they're going to be smarter than human beings. In what world? On what planet? How? All right. That thing has no soul. I think you had some, Yatham.
I had some other one.
Go ahead, Kenny. One of you. I heard one of you.
Can a brother give me 1 Corinthians 3:19? And then another brother give me Matthew 24:24.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God.
That's right.
So, yeah, that's all I wanted for that one. So these people, man, they, like I said, all they're doing is baby feeding us. They're kind of like baby feeding us their wisdom or their so-say wisdom, right? Is to set up their God in the future, right? Because we already know they're going to be fighting with the Most High. All right, now go to Matthew 24:24.
That's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 24. And it reads, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs of Salakia and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Right. So they're building all these AI, these data centers, and Elon Musk. All these people, all these Edomites think they're so smart. Right. They don't believe in this book. They don't believe in the book. We already know how the story ends, right? That's why it's our job to be watchmen and go out and wake our people up. But they don't believe in this book, and they thinking that they're gonna build this kingdom just like they did in Genesis, try to build this tower, and people are gonna be worshiping them. But like Corinthians says, their wisdom is foolish with God, and He's gonna knock all this stuff down. So I yield on that other one.
They shall build, and I will throw down. Hey, I found that video, Captain DeRock. I'm trying to I'm finna send it over right now, and I want the people to see this. Okay, I want the people to see, all right, these inventions. Okay, because hey, listen, you still got to be on your P's and Q's, even though we know, you know, that Esau's kingdom is only for a short time. This joke can have vain imaginations. What the scripture say? Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? Con? All right, you imagine a vain thing. All right, your robot is trash. Okay, all right, it will never compete with the Most High God's invention. It ain't happening. Con? All right, but I want you to see this thing, because this thing's trying to take your job, and it may very well take your job. Okay, and we may have to get to the point that we have to fend for ourselves. Okay, so I want you all to see this thing that me and Captain DeRock was talking about, brothers and sisters. Then we getting ready to get up out of here. Okay, all right. And this also came from the brother Stephen Bartlett's show. Okay, giving credit to that content creator. Pay attention. Fair use, fair use.
We live or exist or find our purpose in a world where theoretically these super intelligent systems will reach AGI, which means they're more intelligent theoretically than any human on Earth. But at the same time, you've got these other advancements in technology like humanoid robots.
Mm-hmm.
Where these humanoid robots, there was a live stream I've talked about a few times, and I'll just throw it up on the screen really quickly. That shows last week a humanoid robot working on a production line for 8 days straight. And they show it up against a human being, and it beats the human being on the production line because it doesn't need to sleep. It just needs to be charged for a couple of hours to full power. And so you combine these two forces, super intelligence.
It's crazy, man. Okay.
He said
8 days straight, brother. So I guess that battery worked. Hey, Yatham, you got to think about this. Hey, brothers and sisters, you got to think about this. Okay. Hey, you brothers and sisters that's working factory jobs, you really got to think, especially if you work at jobs like Amazon. I was over at Amazon 2021. Okay, 2021. They had robots in there then. I can imagine what they got going on now. Tom? All right. All right. You look at this thing, man. This thing moving. That's right, Yatham. 8 days straight. Charge him up. He can go
Intelligent theoretically than any human on Earth. But at the same time, you've got these other advancements in technology like humanoid robots.
Mm-hmm.
Where these humanoid robots, there was a live stream I've talked about a few times, and I'll just throw it up on the screen really quickly. That shows last week a humanoid robot working on a production line for 8 days straight. And they show it up against a human being, and it beats.
Hey, why Jim got to be black, man? Hey, how come he couldn't be no white face, man? Why he got to be black, huh? Okay.
I noticed that.
You see that out? You see, it got him bald head too, man. He clean head Jake, man. All right. That's crazy, man. I think Caviar's a bad background, man. Let's get him in here.
Jim.
Hey, this is wild, man. Hey, but Jim, Roxy said he need help with the bags, man. He don't look like he doing that thing right, Roxy.
He's slaving Jim in there out of one.
Hey, Jim ain't got no. Hey, he got a battery, man.
Bro.
Okay, he ain't worried about nothing.
You got that bunny rabbit in his back.
That's right. Hey, this is crazy, man. All right, this is the future.
I'll just throw it up on the screen really quickly. That shows last week a humanoid robot working on a production line for 8 days straight. And they show it up against a human being. And
you know, what you got to think about, okay, with this thing is exactly what, the commentator is saying. You know, you charge this thing up. Okay, it can go 8 days. It doesn't have to eat. It doesn't have to sleep. Okay, so why pay a human, right? Why cover this human with insurance? I don't have to do that with this robot. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of jobs, right, that replace our brothers and sisters, okay, and also some white folk. okay, and some other folk, you know what I mean, that are, you know, caught up in these type of jobs. We saw the technical jobs. The technical jobs are getting ready to doggone be taken away. Okay, our transportation jobs are getting ready to be taken away. You know, I got business in transportation, and so does Captain Durrell. All right, we got to think about things. Okay, we have to think about things. You know, but hey, all right, this is what we got to look at. Okay,
I got one.
Go ahead, King.
Hey, the sister Roxy Jewels made a good point. She said they don't need wages.
That's right. They don't got to get paid.
They don't.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, I just said that.
No
You ain't
vacation.
you ain't got to pay them. You ain't got to cover them with insurance. You know what I mean? You ain't got to doggone. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to worry about this doggone robot getting hurt. He may be, he may be defected. All right, but you unplug that joker and put another one on the line.
Facts.
The lock, yeah.
Okay.
The only thing
Go ahead,
they're probably- I was gonna say the only thing they're probably paying for is a mechanic. You know, one of them might do something where they're like, okay, well, get him off the line, fix it in, turn a little screw here, you'd be back in business.
That's right. One time buy. One time buy. Go ahead, King.
Look at the background of the video. They already got them.
They on standby, ain't they, King? Them ain't supervisors. Them ain't supervisors on the wall.
Gym 2 and Gym 3.
Gym 2 and Gym 2. Hey, that's crazy, man. That's crazy when he say Gym 2 because you got those Gen 2s and Gen 3. You know what I mean? You know, robot. That's crazy, King. All right. Hey, brothers and sisters, man. Hey, this thing is getting wild, man. Okay, it's getting wild. You got to keep your eyes peeled. You got to keep your options open. Okay, and you got to remain faithful to the Most High God. Okay, you have to remain faithful to the Most High God. Okay, you can't put your trust in man. Give me Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. We're getting ready to get out of here. Give me Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Somebody else give me Psalms chapter 146 from the top. All right, get ready to get out of here.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Thus said the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man that what?
That trusteth in man.
That trusteth in man. Don't put your faith in man. Okay, you put your faith in the Most High God. Read on.
And making flesh his arm.
Uh-huh.
And whose heart departed from the Lord.
Read.
Verse 6. For he shall be like the heat in the desert.
He should be like the heath in the desert. Heath means destitute. Okay, so he should be destitute in the desert. Read on.
And shall not see when good cometh.
And he shall not see when good cometh. Okay, because he's going to be forever plagued because he put his faith in man. All right. Read Psalms 146 and 1.
God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 146 and verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord, O my soul. While I live, will I praise the Lord. I will sing praises unto my God.
Salakia. Hey, King. Hey, go. Hey, jump down to verse 3 real quick.
Verse 3. Put not your trust in princes.
All right, put not your trust in princes. Read.
Nor in the Son of Man.
Don't put your prince in a mere man. Read.
In whom there is no help.
In whom there is no help. All right. And what scriptures that says that a man only has breath in his nostrils? What scripture says that? All right. A man only has breath in his nostrils. All right. We got to understand that the Most High God, the breath in his nostrils and the breath of his mouth created the heavens and the earth. Okay. What scripture is that? Somebody give me that scripture in the chat where the scripture says that man only has breath in his nostrils. Okay. Or one of you brothers on the panel, give me that. Let me see if Yazabad got it. He back here waiting. Okay.
Try Isaiah 2 and 22 on the one.
All right, read that real quick. All right. Get that real quick, man.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2 and verse 22. It says, cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils.
His breath is in his nostrils. Okay. That's all he got. Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils. All right, but the Most High God's breath, all right, made the heaven and earth. Watch this. Continue to read in Isaiah Salakia, Psalms chapter 146. Continue to read it.
I dropped it.
Okay, Isaiah 146 and go back to verse number 3.
Verse number 3. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 146 and verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. His breath goes forth. He returned it to his earth.
His breath goes forth, and then he returns to the earth, right? Because his body's going to return to the dust to the ground. Read on.
In that very day, his thoughts perish.
And that very day, his thoughts are going to perish. Read.
Happy is he that had the God of Jacob for his help.
Happy is he that had the God of Israel, Jacob, for his help. Read.
Whose hope is in the Lord his God, which made heaven and earth, the sea, and all therein is, which keepeth truth forever.
The Most High God made the heavens and the earth and the seas and everything, all right, with his breath, right? All right? And we got to understand to keep our faith and our hope in the Most High God. Times to get ready to get real bad there, brothers and sisters. All right, Jacob's trouble is real, okay? And this may be a part of it, okay? We always like to talk about World War III, this, that, and the third, but there may be some events that line up, okay, before this thing. All right, these devils continue to get proud, and the Most High God's getting tired of it. Okay, he's getting tired of it, you know, and we're continuing to increase our prayers. All right, we're starting to become bold with our prayers. All right, that's what the general is calling for us to do. Okay, be bold with your prayers. Okay, the Most High God said, I will give you the heathen for your inheritance. Okay. I don't think brothers and sisters believe that, okay? Because we complain so much, right? We got to start moving like we are the chosen people of the Most High God, okay? Look at this. They're trying to replace us with robots, man. We're robots. This joke ain't even got a soul. It don't even got a brain. Ain't no spirit dwelling in this, okay? He's a copycat. That's all he is. All right. And we got to believe that the Most High God's creation is greater. We got to believe that the Most High God's promises are real. All right. That's called faith. All right. We often teach you that brotherhood is the final chamber, but we also have to understand, brothers and sisters, all right, that one of the other main ingredients is our faith. Okay. One of the other main ingredients, all right, that's also the final chamber, is us gathering our faith. Okay, because times are going to get real tough. And the Most High God is going to see who's really going to ride for him. Okay, all right, right now we're in a very comfortable state. You got AC in your house. You got food to eat, right? You go right down to the store and get it. Okay, but when these luxuries get taken away from us, we start to see these people's water, okay, getting taken away because they're throwing the data centers right in the midst of their neighborhood and don't give a damn what you think about it. They'll rather keep the doggone animals doggone safe and secure, all right, than to care about you. So those times are coming. So get ready, okay? Get ready for the battle, right? Because your doggone faith is going to take you a long way. Keep the commandments, brothers and sisters. All right. Have faith. Right. Okay. Right. Continue to love your brother and your sister. All right. We'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. All right. Like to give a special shout out to General Yahweh. Okay. And we pray that you, brothers and sisters, enjoy the rest of your week. Stay prayed up, brothers and sisters. All right. And stay engulfed in your faith. Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zell. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.
Sons of Thunder, C4N, conversation for the nation. Let it breathe. This that conversation for the nation. Truth coming out, no faking. Precepts on precepts, we breaking. Lost sheep, hear the voice, now they waking. Sons of thunder, yeah, we stand on the word. What was written, what was spoken, what was heard. From the curses to the promise, let it surface. We ain't chasing fame, this the kingdom, this the purpose. Yeah. We were scattered, now we building. With the scriptures in our hands. Trying to wake the lost tribes. Help them finally understand. Who the people, who the nations. What the prophecy reveal. Why the world so upside down? Why people never heal? We speak law, we speak grace, we speak Christ and who we are. Why they lied about the image? Why they hid it from afar? Why the curses fit the people? Why the shit was in the text? Why repentance ain't emotion? It's correction and what's next? Yeah, we talk about the kingdom and the fall of Babylon. How the meat gon' get the earth and the proud won't hold it long. How the family got it healed, how the brothers got it grow, how the women need they honor. That's the order that we know. This that conversation for the nation. Truth coming out, no faking. Precepts on precepts, we break it. Lost sheep, hear the voice, now they waking. Sons of thunder, yeah, we stand on the word. What was written, what was spoken, what was heard. From the curses to the promise, let it surface. We ain't chasing fame, this the kingdom, this the bird. Yeah, we speak on false doctrine and the traps in religion. How they gave us broken pieces, now we searching for the vision. How the shepherds feed the flock, not perform for attention. How the truth cut deep first, then it start the redemption. We speak brotherhood, repentance, and endurance in affliction. How to suffer for the truth, and still walk in conviction. How to live with real wisdom, how to move with holy fear. How to separate from folly, when instruction getting near. We speak history